Now, we want to go on to another dance.
Yep.
And that's the Samba. And we're going to stick to this idea about the why. But before we do that, now we're into this dancing mode. We would like to show you the piece of choreography we want to work on. And then we will put all the information into it, and we will see if we can do it even better in the end. Anyway, listen to the music, get the idea of what it brings to you, and see if we can kind of portray that or whatever it makes you feel.
Piece of music. So it must be number 5. Go. 5. Maybe you could tell us something which was different. What kind of feeling were you getting out of these 2 sambas? And be honest.
Tell us it was crap. It's okay. It's morning, we will go home and practice.
Yeah.
What did you get? What did you feel? Any different?
Something?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Thank you very much.
What was different? What did you feel? Yeah, very good. Very good.
What was it? What did you feel about the different music? Yeah.
Yeah.
And about the first track, what was that about, you think?
Yeah.
Deeper, yes. Definitely a different feeling, right?
Yeah.
You could argue, I like that better. I like that better.
Yeah.
That's a personal thing. We just want to make sure that you're clear about, it could be that we did the second one better. I'm sure we did because we got into it. But the point is, do we get the message across to you? And are we allowing ourselves to get into that mood? It would have been funny if we were kind of with that heavy feeling. It would have been not good. And then we talk about the congruency of our performance. Does it match? Does it all come together? And does it fit in your experience? How do you experience this? So that was quite important. Other comments? What did you feel? Sense? Not so much judging, more, it's a trainers' congress, so we're not judging. Yes? Yeah?
Good. Mm-hmm. Good.
Yes. It's funny that you have a tendency to judge. Can you feel that? I like that, I like that. Well, actually, what do you experience? Not put the judgment on. Don't go into better or worse. Maybe just what does it
make you feel?
What do you feel when you see this?
Yes.
Yes?
So it fits your state of looking at it.
Yes.
Yeah?
What, and you have?
What? Oh, I love that. It's perfect.
It's good.
Because that is so clear. That was my feeling as well. That, of course, the first samba we listened to is more serious, more dark, more like
cool kind of city walking.
And it is similar like rumba. It's a bit the same feeling we have. And then the second one was much more about the samba, about Brazil, and much more competitive, if you can say. And of course, that was also what we would like to show people, that It's not necessarily because it has to be authentic. Of course, it has to be authentic, but you can't dance a samba with kind of a different attitude, more cool, more city-like, or whatever you choose. But still, of course, related to the technique, of course, related to all the principle we know. But we can still make the samba look more exciting in a way, instead of going just for the typical Brazilian look. That was a bit the idea that we chose to change it a bit.
I would love to pull you through this.
Yes.
And put you into what is going on inside me when I'm doing all this. Of course, when I'm performing, nothing is happening. I'm just doing
Letting go.
But before that, I made some decisions. I made some ideas about the why. Why am I doing it? And I feel when I start this first part, I want to have a feeling of an acceleration, that an intention to Kristina to catch her awareness. And that goes into a hip action. So it's a kind of I have a feeling that it goes from my vision whoop, down into my hip. And I'm kind of playing with her down here.
You see?
Yeah? And when I'm doing that, I'm going to change that again. And that's very interesting about samba is it's about flow. How can you put it from one thing to the other that makes it more characteristic and more samba-ish? So I have a kind of nearly like a strong cha-cha-ish feeling, but that goes directly into a flow and rhythm inside my hips. That again changes into the shoulder part or my chest area, where I'm doing a big action to kind of lure her in. So I'm looking at her. I have a feeling that I'm saying, come on to me. Yes, let's come. I'm kind of exaggerating this to make her feel like that. And when she arrives, I'm kind of taking a feeling of stretching to her to say, well, now she's actually playing with me. That's quite fun. And from this one, I have a feeling that I start through my body into the chest. And that creates nearly like a ripple into my body to this audience over here. So I'm parading. After I play with Kristina, I'm stretching. I'm feeling that settlement into my body. And that goes into my chest. And therefore, I'm changing my focus to this audience. And this audience now, I put it down to the hip. So now I'm kind of teasing them with my hip. And now it becomes much more a diagonal flow in this direction. And because of the timing, I have chosen to change it into the dynamic. So what it is, it's actually, technically, quarter one, quick, slow. See, hopefully you can see that. So it go, warm, a 1, 2, a quick, slow. So I'm really aware that I'm changing. You see now I jumped into the technical part, but I want not only to be quarter one, quick, slow, because it becomes mechanical, and I don't feel that I'm creating the atmosphere if I only leave it there. I need to put a why on top, of course a how. How do I do it? Better every time. But the why is I want to create a ripple effect. I want to create a focus change to this audience, and it's about a heaviness, it's about my hip, and in the next action it's much more about a rhythmical crossing over and more flats, you could say, jump. And by accident, Kristina is passing me, and her lovely bum is there, so it would be very interesting for me to take notice of that. So I'm taking this audience, I'm changing, and I'm actually seeing that she's teasing me from the front. I change into a kind of a foot and a hip in a rhythmical change, and that goes into a stretch. When I'm now in this stretch, I'm preparing an acceleration in my body to create a change of speed. So if I do it a bit more connected, so I go zig, boom, boom, and now I'm going yum. I want to feel really acceleration. So I'm setting up my body. I want to accelerate past her, and then I catch her up. I pivot, and this is a flow feeling. I just want to let it go very even. I don't want to put accent on everything, otherwise it goes dead. I'm killing myself and people don't see the change. So I'm stretching here, I'm accelerating, go into a flow, and now the question comes to you. Then I do a Volta action, and then I want to accelerate and stretch into the space and outwards. My question is, we've been discussing this yesterday, and maybe you can help me, because it's not right or wrong, we just need to make a decision. When we have done a flow here and pivot, we come into a Volta action, we do another Volta action, and then we are accelerating normally. But Kristina wants it to be maybe...
We're not totally agreeing on this point, so maybe you could help us taking a decision.
And remember, it could be that we have choices individually, but if we are together, it's quite important that we agree.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's going to be a difficult time. So I just want to show you this very slowly, and you can make a decision and help us on this why. So I'm stretching, I'm accelerating, I'm pivoting, and now this wanted to be before a rhythmical soft feeling, and then this, sorry, I have two Voltas. And then Kristina said, no, it's too dead, it's too much, we are flowing, we are rhythmical and a bit soft, and then at the end, I wanted this acceleration. And Kristina said, well, how about on the second Volta? And now you can have a look how that works. We haven't really practiced it, but let's try. So now we did the first Volta. Softer. We accelerated through the second, and then the ending was different.
In the end.
We tried the other one.
So you see the difference?
Are you ready to help us? You're the teachers.
Did you see the intention of it?
Did we do it right?
So maybe we should do it 2 times. We do the first one, do it again, second one.
Okay, first one er den gamle, hvor det bare er soft rytmisk.
Good.
Okay, right. Okay, that was the normal one. Maybe we get better today.
Oh yeah, like this.
I'm stretching. Let's hear voting. Which one will win? What do you feel? Is it important?
Yeah.
Can you see the difference?
Both of them?
You can see a difference. Okay, it's not that we are not making it clear. It's just you have to decide what you like better, yeah? Okay. This one.
Okay, try that again.
Okay.
Yep.
That was Danish communication.
So it's a small thing. Does it has it in is it very important? Do you see a big change? Do you like both of them? Or yeah, or smaller.
But you're still recommending the other thing, then I'm afraid. Don't you trust your colleagues?
No. But it maybe in comparison. No.
Of course, I understand. But you still recommend it. And why is that? Why do you say I might be recommending the other thing? I think I totally agree with you. I don't think it's a matter of right and wrong, but we could say, what does it do, and what is our intention? What do we get out of it? What do you see? What is your feeling? What actually happens, which is different between the two? What do you see in the total picture that happens in the second one compared to the first one, or opposite? What do you see? What do we get out of that choice? Yes. Yeah, so there's a more surprise element.
Yeah. Very interesting.
I think that's very good
very
because
good. Very good.
everybody would say there's 2 waltzes
And then
this happens. And by changing inside the 2 waltzes, you surprise people and you make an acceleration that is quite effectful, you could say. What is your feeling?
Yeah.
And the question is, how much is planned? That's pretty much the problem here. Because you could say, well, the music tells me to accelerate, but at that speed, I'm not quite sure Kristina gets it. I would argue that she doesn't. We talk about partner, we talk about lead, but really, if Kristina would be so alert we are pivoting, and now suddenly I'm accelerating, and she's accelerating as well. I think there has to be an idea underneath. Then I'm not saying that it changes within the decisions. So we have decision making. Within that, we are performing, we are playing, we are going to the edges. But I think if we really wanted to cool it down every time, and then suddenly one day I'm exploding out of the window, and we haven't practiced this, I'm sure Kristina would feel not so comfortable in the concept. So I agree what you say, Martin.
In relation to maybe it is a competitive world we are dealing with, and of course when you are competitive you have some kind of energy inside yourself when you're going to a comp. Of course there is a bit of a stress factor that you are being judged, you have been looked at, you want to win, all of us want to win. So of course your inside feeling will always have a bit that feeling of I want to be clear in my concept, clear of everything, but of course I want to play within that feeling or the choices we have taken, but taking a decision of maybe changing totally the flow of it would be risky in a competition. I don't say that we can't play, but I will still play within the decision I've been taken. I feel that for me as a competitor would be more secure. I feel comfortable with that. But of course, some people is more flexible in this area and could maybe change it as well. During to just listen to the music, you could change the rhythmically interpretation as well. But for me or for us as a competitors, we feel maybe more secure with sticking to the ideas and then play with that through the music or through the, if there's a lot of people around me in that specific moment, or if we have the whole crowd and it's free and you can burst out, yes, then I could play with it.
You want to have a go?
Yeah, I would like to explain as well what I was like to do in this kind of piece of choreography chosen.
Am I taking part?
Yes, you can be my assistant.
Thank you.
Okay. So of course we are playing with each other. I feel a stretch nearly to impress him. Yeah? So I feel a strong stretch through my body, goes into a play with my own self, into a rhythm that makes the energy goes a little bit more, look at me. Yeah? So I'm inside myself, look at me, and I go to you. And I'm a bit withdrawn. I'm not going totally to him, but I feel a bit reserved. I reserve and I go and stop him. I feel nearly a stop, you can't come. And then I play with him. I go to the audience, I go much more ignoring him. Then I feel, of course, he's passing me, behind me, so I feel that I nearly take my bum to show him, okay, you can come a little bit, but not close. I close, and I get strong to the audience, nearly to go, look at me, and I'm really not with him. I know that he's looking, but I'm really not aware of him. So I'm going much more strong to the audience to impress them, but then I go much softer into him, taking him, okay, you can play with me, yeah? Now I feel a bit of a play with each other. I go a little bit away, but I'm playing still with him to take part of something he is creating, going into him, feeling him, but much more about the body, going in, and then we have the play with each other, and I nearly sense that he wants to play with me, and I'm nearly, how can I say that? I'm finding the words. I feel nearly that I'm expecting something. I feel myself, and I expect him to do something, and I feel that I need to react straight away. So it's about the play. We play with each other. He's building up something which I'm excited to feel, but I'm not really knowing what is happening, and then I go, whoop, and then we are here, more or less to the whole crowd. That's my interpretation of this. Okay?
Maybe we should show you again.
I would
Hopefully
like
we get
to
better.
go, yeah. No music now, just trying to show you the whole emotion of the steps. Okay? I try.
No microphone. Sorry? Be aware that we will do this extremely slow to make sure that, yes, and that it's planning. I'm planning all this, I'm doing it, I'm sensing it, yes, and that one, and we do that quite a lot, and then we can eventually let go in the end. So, of course, this is just a quick showing of how we would do it. I'm sorry to disturb you, but I just wanted to make sure that you are looking and watching, so therefore it becomes a bit, let's perform. Now let's do it, let's plan it, let's feel it inside. I'm doing that, and then we let go. Yeah?
Yeah?
Ready?
Yes.
How long time?
So maybe we should do it with the two pieces of music again. You know the decision we took. You know the stretch, the look, the flirt, the bump. Now we want to show you again the kind of two pieces of music we have chosen, and see if you can actually see it even more now. Of course, it's also more clear in our mind because we told you, but as well, it would be nice for you to see the kind of listen to the music and see the choreography again, and see if it makes you feel something different now. Yeah? So I think we should go for the first one.
Boom,
now you
boom,
can.
number. Thank you.
So that was the more heavy one, the one which was a bit not Samba-ish, but has its right as well.
Did you feel different from when the first time we did it?
The music, this what you see. Hopefully.
It's okay. No, I actually wanted you to say if you felt this was better. Yeah. In comparison to the first time we did the same track. And the difference, I think, is in our bodies. We are more reminding, yes, and then that. So we're actually putting in, we are making it happen. It doesn't matter if we feel good, feel bad, I'm tired, it's Monday, it's 11 o'clock, makes no difference. If I'm putting my mind to this, I can make it happen.
Yes, and that's what we...
And that's a big thing because we are very sensitive as dancers.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't feel good.
I feel
And then everything shuts down and nothing is happening.
Yeah.
And therefore we are actually rehearsing stuff which is not good for us because we dance bad. And we don't put our mind into this. So that's quite important. Okay, let's try another one.
Let us try the next piece.
I don't know in judging or in anything, I just feel that this was more happy face. And actually, I like the other one better for me.
We feel that it's more true to our
but maybe
personally feeling in this room right now. It fits that room right now. Maybe tomorrow we go to a competition. It wouldn't be appropriate to do the first one because maybe other competitors' energy would take over and this would be a little bit not feeling right. But now...
I felt competitive. I felt a little bit, ha la la la, 10 couples on the floor, you're judging, yes, now we go.
And then it fits. But for now it didn't feel that.
Could be that that would be better in a competition. We don't know. Okay, I just want to make a little note on this finishing, which we haven't touched, is because this is a very basically feeling and it's a very basically choreography, and we want to show you what we have done with it because I feel it's quite interesting. So we have this break and we go backwards into this swivel action. Zoom, boom, boom. And now we come into this run the feeling which changes into a whisk. Zoom, zoom. And that whole thing is a very basic figure.
It's 3 whisks.
But what makes it interesting is the why. What have we done? What have we done in decision making of acceleration and details to create this action? So we have this kind of stretchy feeling where we are putting our energy forward. We retreat inside. This becomes about feet and hips, and it's about play between each other. We're kind of quite cool about the hips. No, I lost it. Let me try again. Wow. It's hips, feet, now, sorry, that is a change for Kristina. She wants to go out. Now it's all about volume and weight with each other. So now we change the focus into the body, and I'm trying to explore my possibilities of rolling in the top body. So we go from straight, it goes from feet and hips, and I change into body, which goes straight into vertical again, and then we are playing about a low energy and showing a real classic figure. We cool that down. So the contrast between suddenly using the body and coming back into a rhythm of whisk is a great impact. If we haven't done those decisions, it would have looked very dull, looked even and basically. Now the next one, we want to make again an acceleration, so we push the volume button. So this is very low volume, and now we just shout louder. So it's really extreme. And if we would just have done this correctly, yes, we are pretty correct. We are very rhythmical. We do a nice coordination, but I'm not sure people would perceive it as being interesting to look at. Your eyes would go, yes.
3 voltas or 3 whisks? go.
But because we're making decisions, we're saying a why. We need people to keep looking at us, and we want people to feel excited about what we're doing, so it makes sense to us. I'm putting sounds inside, I'm playing, and I'm actually making, hopefully, a big dynamic change. And it's not from the outside. It's not, now we want to look bigger, or we want to fight harder. It's first of all coordinating your body, and then play with the possibilities. What can we do with this? Very slow. We find it. Yeah, maybe there. Exerting, go into this close again. And that hopefully makes a difference. Let's try that again. Am I finished?
No. Okay,
no.
Sorry.
So what? Yes. Thank you. I feel much better now. I feel I'm honest with myself. I feel I'm looking at her, I'm doing that. I'm busy doing stuff. And therefore, my mind doesn't wander off. Competition, how do I look?
Am I doing this correct?
That judge is bad. I hate that judge, that's no good. The other one was falling. You know, all those informations around us can disturb if we don't treat it in the right way. So it's about making things happen. It's about putting an intention, a why to what you're doing, and therefore you would look much more fulfilled and interesting to look at. I think we would like to do it one more time with music. We try to add this part, and that's, I think. I hope it's clear what we have been doing this morning, and I want to clarify. It seems a bit airy, this stuff. Yeah, it's difficult to teach. It's difficult to speak about because it's non-verbal communication. And how can we put words on this?
It's not right or wrong. Everything is possible in this area. That's the hard part for us actually, to feel. It's not, you don't need to push that one and look there and go that way. Everything is possible in this area. So it's how you feel it yourself, how you take your decision yourself, but also together with your partner. And the whole idea of delivering that message to the audience, which is a smaller audience like you, or big crowd where people are yelling and screaming, it would be different. And the music you're dancing to, the whole atmosphere is creating that extra number 4 box. Yeah?
And a suggestion to you as trainers would be to divide this into a clear, different worlds. Now we talk about this, it's not the equals perfect. So let's say we have a lot of stuff about technique. We have done all the details about how to turn the foot in a forward walk turn, how to spiral, how to lift, how to do all that. That's one part of dancing. If it becomes too big in the student's head, and the rules, and the then, and the that is a danger zone for a human being to develop and explore. So we think that to give a little kind of a free quarter for the students, I don't know if you call that a free quarter, a break. Yeah. The rules are there, we train that, it's part of your vocabulary. You have to develop that coordination and understanding. You have to find the timings, the coordination, how to set the body up. And then we have fun finding the why. Why am I doing this? What does it mean? Because if it's not there, it will become shallow and not convincing in a way. And the dancers who are the best in the world have an ability to draw people in because it is in their world a huge thing. They are there. We are here when we are performing the best. We are, of course, here when we perform best, but we have been going through this stage with all those mechanical, because if it only becomes correct and mechanical, the life disappears and it kind of fades out. I hope our trying to go away from what we normally do has made a point, and we hope that it's getting clearer, and we will try to play around this later, and we will have you after the break to dance a bit so you can explore it yourself.
Yes.
Personal expression, your own. Alice Marlene will be in here doing her stuff. It's wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
See you in 1 hour back. Thank you very much, Peter and Kristina. It's very interesting to see all the different